Everybody here knows we've got a hostage situation this morning. It's been going on since about 1 o'clock this morning. We received a call, 911 call I believe it was. We've had, there's a 10-year-old boy inside. We're communicating with the individual inside at this time. We just stopped talking to him less than 3 minutes ago. That's what you've seen us doing. The garage door open, and we have communications going with him. The boy seems fine at this time. Communications is a good thing. We think there's been probably at least 20 rounds fired towards the police, towards us. We feel maybe that our robot's been hit. We tried to use the robot for communications. We feel our armored vehicle's been hit. We're very cautious, but we're still communicating, and talking's a good thing. So I'll take any questions that you got at this time, but less than, like I said, 5 minutes ago, the time you seen me walk down here, we were communicating with him person to person. So we thought maybe that he would come out, but he hasn't come out at this time.
Share potential to other folks in this community. I mean, you know, somebody who is the mindset to fire at officers, that makes this tight. So
it makes everything tight. If you hear shooting now, I would recommend that everybody take cover. We hope that it doesn't end that way. We've been receiving the shooting at this time, and we've not returned to any gunfire at this time. We're trying to negotiate. We want to get a safe resolve where everybody goes home. So we're just sitting, waiting, and trying to communicate.
What's the relationship between him and the child?
Basically, I don't think there's any relation as far as being related to anyone. I think it's a friend or an acquaintance of somebody that lives in the complex, is what I was told. And there was an altercation inside, and everybody fled. The guy stayed inside with the 10-year-old as his hostage.
Are you talking to the people who fled?
Yes, we're talking to all those people. We've been talking to them. They're in a safe location, back inside here, staying warm as we can. We'll be back out. I'm going back inside and see what's going on. We'll come out and we'll keep everybody informed. Any other questions?
Has he issued any demands or requests or anything?
No, just very cautious. He's very cautious of us, and we didn't start this. It started with an altercation inside the house. So we're just trying to get it resolved to get him out of there and get the child out of there and take it from there. So we'll be back out and talk to you guys as it resolves.
Sheriff, you had any previous contacts with this guy before?
No, and not at this time. We're so busy right now trying to find out everything we can about him and trying to keep communications open. You can't see from here, we've got our armored vehicle pushed right up against the door on the side that you can't see. It's coming in this way, and so we're trying to we've shot phones inside to where we can communicate with him. When we say shot, we have a device that throws him inside to where we can communicate if he'll pick the phone up, but he's very mistrustful of picking the phone up.
So he doesn't live there, but the child does?
Yes, the child lives there. And so you know what I know, and I'm going to go back. We'll come back out and we'll communicate with you again.
Have you been able to communicate with the boy at all?
We're using
person?
I can't tell you how we're communicating, but we're communicating at this point. And we're using a megaphone device to communicate with the individual inside, and then we've had some one-on-one communication personally with the individual inside. I've got to go back inside. I'll be back.
Thanks, Sheriff Jones.
Thank you, sir.
What? I have some in there.
Okay, I got an extra.
Yeah. Do you need what I shot? Live, guys.
I kind of need a clear shot here, Sam. Yeah, now you're working.
You guys are loading me up.
Get that to hold on, and you just shove that in your pocket or wherever you've got space.
Okay. Is everybody closer now? Okay. Here's, please. Okay, good. Basically, I was down here about an hour ago. Not much has changed. We're still trying to talk. There's not a lot of talking going on at this point. People are getting exhausted, so we're getting some relief inside from other SWAT teams. We're getting warming stations put up. and we're going to be here until we can get a good resolve from this. Kid seems okay at this point, and I'll take any questions you got at this point.
The suspect, in relationship to the child, it sounds like it's not his son.
No, it's not his son. It's a friend of the family. This guy that's inside is a friend of the family or associated with the family. He took the kid hostage, the 10-year-old, and then everybody else fled the house. And like I said earlier, he has shot several rounds. It appears maybe 20, 30 rounds at us from the day. Could be less, could be more, we don't know that. It's a very tough situation right now. Then we got nightfall coming on and gunfire. So that's the best I can answer that question.
Sheriff, can you tell us about how much ammunition he might still have in that house with him?
Well, we can't, I'm not going to release that information at this point, but apparently he must have enough that he's shooting a lot of it. So apparently he's got some left. Usually these people don't use all their ammunition up, usually.
Has he said anything about the boy and how he's doing? Or
No, he has not talked about the boy at all. He doesn't leave the boy. The boy stays close to him because that's his tool to keep us away from him at this point.
Obviously, this is frightening for anybody but a 10-year-old kid. I mean,
It's not good, and we're in a bad situation right now. So we're just going to try to wait it out and see if something changes.
can you explain why you're being so cautious to wait this out and not use equipment we see sometimes in other SWAT calls like flashbangs and gas?
Sure, because there's a 10-year-old in there, and what happens if the situation changes and gets worse? When bullets are flying around, it's not a real safe place for anybody, to include my law enforcement people, the 10-year-old. So we're trying to do this and resolve it the best that we can. It's not a good thing to shoot at the police. It doesn't make the police real happy when you shoot at them. The people that live here, everything's disrupted, and we have to wait it out. And we have to wait until hopefully he comes out, and we resolve it in a good way, and everybody goes home, and you guys go home, and we go home, and the kid goes home.
I know you said earlier you're trying to learn as much as you can about this individual throughout the day. Is there anything that you can tell us about him or his history?
No. Next question.
You said in your last update that the conversation with him kind of trended in a positive direction. Would you still use that to describe it?
Well, he's not shooting at us, so that's a positive thing. That's as positive as it is right now. We're talking with him, but I don't know that we're negotiating with him, but we are talking with him. But when he's not shooting at us, that's a positive thing.
where's the child's mom? With you guys?
Yes, at this point.
Did you tell you what kind of led up to this?
Yes.
situation? And sounds like you're not going to release that.
No, I'm not going to release that, but we do know what led up to it, apparently.
Can you explain how the dynamic changes as it's about to get dark here in a couple of hours?
Sure, I can explain that. It's harder to see. It gets colder. It's hard to walk. The people inside are tired. The child's tired. The police are tired. There comes a point to where we have to get warming stations. We have to feed people, and we have to feed the people that are inside also, and water, and we just keep waiting and talking.
Are you calling any mutual aid in?
No. Basically what we have is we're all one big family. We're communicating with other police departments, and we're trying to make it work. So we're going to get some assistance so we can have some relief.
When this guy's spraying bullets at you earlier, it sounded like one of your cars could have been hit. Did anything get hit?
Sure.
It did. Of course, the person didn't get hit.
No. Equipment has been shot.
And a robot? Did you bring in a robot?
We bought in equipment. Yeah.
You can't tell us.
We
because
bought
he
in
may be
equipment.
watching. If he is watching, and he could be watching.
Sure he could
What
be.
do you say?
I don't know that he could be watching from the car.
Oh, he's in a car?
Oh, did I say that? He is in a car. Yes.
He's in
So
a car
it's
in
kind
the
of hard to
garage?
watch TV.
Yeah.
You said the child
From
was
the
still
car.
okay?
The child seems okay as we speak, and I can't release any more information other than that. And I'm going to go back where it's a little warmer. And I've been coming out and talking to all of you pretty regular, trying to keep you up on what's going on for everything that I can. And hopefully I can come back eventually and give some positive